Thank you kindly, Alex, and the desk for providing that insight. Upper bracket final here between G2 Esports and Fnatic, the first one of the day. G2 on the T side, Fnatic on the CT side. My name is Semler, and with me is my boy Henry.
Yeah, he's here. He's in the house, and he's ready for some high-octane fragging. G2 and Fnatic. It will be the T-star for the international squad now from the European Union. We'll see what they can do here. It's Kenny S with the utility. He's got the smoke and flashbangs. They slowly make their way through the connectors. JW, though, the solo hold towards A. He'll be playing very conservatively, holding towards that site, and he's got a lot on his plate to deal with here. Multiple players coming through. He spotted them, trying to find that quick headshot to allow his teammates to rotate through.
Already, Hunter straight up catches KRIMZ. That's not a common occurrence, and the plant actually goes down. AmaNEk manages to sneak right up onto the bomb truck, pick that off. He gets the plant, and now G2 in a post-plant situation. AmaNEk is going to get his head taken off by JW, though, who has been consistently good with the USP so far this tournament. Finding those headshots, Golden with the aggression, forcing JaCkz into the open, putting him in an awkward spot. He eventually goes down, and they are doing a great job here, Fnatic, so far. Hunter and Nexa, though, doing work, managing to just flush him out.
No.
Nexa with the double, catches him stuck in the middle there.
Yeah, that's a great shot of the coaches as well. You can see the disparity in the reactions. It will be G2 coming out on top. Nexa running out of bullets on that Glock, managed to find the double headshot right in the nick of time. It was going back and forth. The little Fnatic found an access point for the retake, but 3 players survive in the end, and G2 will take the round. Impressive scenes there, and we know Fnatic, they enjoy the force buys. We'll see if they want to be bringing it out on the second round. It's going to be the full eco, just the Zeus for JW. Nothing purchased whatsoever. So bringing out rifles in that third round. You can see 3 of those for G2 this time. It's going to be Kenny S with the Galil. AmaNEk and JaCkz bringing out the rear with the Mac 10s here. They'll be slowing things right down, trying to work out what they're up against. It's very important they have the information. Are there deagles out? If they're just USPs, you can take a pretty safe gamble that they've got no armor, and at that point you can play a little bit looser. But first, you need key map control. AmaNEk trying to get that now. Nice Molotov. This is good stuff to see. Whether that will touch JW is yet to be seen. It absolutely will. He's going to have to move out, and he's going to take a lot of damage. And the nade might catch him, and absolutely does. Touchdown. And you don't even have to see the player there, Semler. That's when you know you've done a very good job.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we saw from G2 yesterday on Overpass is that they are much, much more comfortable on this map than they are on Train.
Yeah, absolutely. That T-side was great.
That T-side was solid. They just tore them apart. And so right now, with this perfect start here for G2, they managed to turn it around. They win that pistol, and they're already on their way to farming up on Fnatic. It's feeling pretty good for the new European roster.
Indeed, not French. You had to hold yourself back there a little bit.
I had to hold myself back. Old habits die hard. Kenny's on the team still, but it is, in fact, a European roster.
Indeed, yeah, the addition of Nexa and Hunter has made things a little bit more spicy. There's a bit more firepower, international flair instead of the same old playstyle. It's looking very good for G2. Revitalized, that's for sure, as they make their way towards its A site. Smokes it down, haven't made a single mistake yet. Looking so good for them. That's the first bit of damage they received. The bomb's planted. Money's being farmed by only the Mac 10s here, Semler. That's what we like to see. It's $600 per kill, and they're looking extremely comfortable here. JaCkz might go down, but they're actually going to get a clean sweep. That couldn't have gone any better. All the frags picked up by the Mac 10s, one for the Galil, but there's plenty of money now, and that's a great position because you know they didn't force buy in that second round, so they're going to have a pretty weak buy overall into the third. The CT side, it's not as appealing as the T side. So yes, you can get rifles, but you see Brollan, no helmet, has to buy utility. He's got 1 kit because flusha, he loves a UMP. That's normally their go-to, and of course they have no AWP here. So if you're G2, you want to bring something a bit more set piecey to the table. You want to kind of go in as a little 5-man unit, overwhelm the fact they don't have all the utility, especially those incendiaries.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could have that early aggression. Usually you see those incendiaries there to deny map presence or to stop the aggression from the T side early on in the rounds, and instead it's G2 who are using their incendiaries to force Fnatic back. And so Fnatic right now feeling a bit of the pain here, not having those grenades to use to get that map control early.
Yeah, that's really cool because remember, because Fnatic have this weaker buy, they know they need a quick pick at the start. They need a bit of access to the round, and they've been completely denied that. So it's almost like they were on the offense at the start of this one, but they have been pushed back. And at this point, 3 smokes remaining. Remember, 1 kit as well. And in terms of firepower, pretty equal. We'll see what happens here as G2 start to dissect the map, making their way towards middle. They've smoked off the bathroom to take away vision. JW will have to make do with the M4. He can't hold it by himself with just that weapon of Brollan with him. See if this is going to be enough for them. They'll patrol towards long for now. They've got flusha in a transitional position. Golden holding by Monster. And we get to the 1-minute mark here. Still with plenty of smokes and flashbangs. Golden playing right up to the mouth of that monster area. And we said we're looking for set pieces here from G2 to make these MAC-10s as effective as possible. We wanted to get as close to the bomb site, create a path, and remove any CTs that could be hidden away towards those barrel positions, for example, and towards water.
What I do like to see here is that you can have these MAC-10s. I want to see the MAC-10s lead the way. They go in first, they draw the fire, and then the AKs are there to clean up and open up this bomb site. KRIMZ with a perfect peek on Hunter, though, and there's so little that Hunter can do. He's got the AK, trades it, JaCkz picks it up, does manage to get that trade, but Golden up close, full flash, just spraying and praying, doesn't get anything for it, nobody was there. And so now, man advantage for G2. flusha holding close with the UMP, we know how lethal he can be, might as well be a rifle, yep, sure enough, he's going to find one. Brings it back to a 3-on-3. And so G2 now, they are getting whittled down. JW on high, finds Kenny, takes down Nexa as well. It's all on JaCkz, and he is low.
Damn.
flusha with the headshot. And Fnatic waste no time in getting on the board. And they're going to get to save all these guns as well. A couple of AKs here that they can play with. flusha may even try and funnel one back. Nope. Brolin's already picked it up. Solid.
Yeah, it really is. You're dead on when you say flusha can use that UMP like a rifle, like especially in the peak of its powers. He made it look remarkable. It was crazy, but he still plays very calculated Counter-Strike with that weapon. He makes sure he's defensive, waits till they commit fully to the bomb site before he'll swing out, and he's so precise with the weapon. Always finds the headshots. You see the covering fire coming in from JW here. He's also done a great job at taking off the heads of the planting players, and you can see Kenny S. He knew that was a big round for them, but regardless, they got the bomb plant down, and the gun rounds really begin here. You can see the AKs coming out, one Krieg, and rifles across the board for Fnatic as well. No orbs just yet in the early stages here of a first map of the best of three. This is picked by Fnatic, of course, but G2 will be more than fine with that. We saw them perform against NIP on this one. They looked very good. Tactically, they look much better with Nexa at the reins.
Yes, and Nexa can actually drop kills as well. So we've got two in-game leaders here on the server right now who can actually frag.
Definitely.
And so that's big. It's 5-on-5, essentially, when it comes to killers. So now, Nexa clearing it out, making sure there are no shenanigans in the smoke. JW just peeks right behind him. The timing, how this is working out now. Does Nexa step into this, and does JW see it coming? Because Brollan's pushed way aggressive all the way up in playground. And now JaCkz is going to be clearing it up. JW worried about the top, trying to take the fight there. He's going to get shot in the back. Timing just wasn't there, but Brollan wins the duel versus Hunter. This is going to keep Nexa back as well. Nexa now has to worry about the flank from Brollan. And this makes it awkward here for the rest of the push because the teammates for Fnatic, yep, if flusha wins that duel, it puts G2 in such an awkward spot. Bomb exposed at long and gets shot! flusha, long range with the AK, finds a headshot on AmaNEk. That drops the bomb at long.
This is big. Really nice aggression from Fnatic. Calculated, that's for sure. Kenny S can still bring this one back. If he can pre-fire towards KRIMZ, he's got a nice position towards there. Not going to happen. KRIMZ taken down. Brollan so calm there. We've been commenting and complimenting his experience level. The fact he's so young, but looks like he's a player that's been playing for like 10 years or something. It's incredible to watch. So very well played by him. Very calm. Did not panic once at that point. Knew he was detected. Dropped his utility. Bought some time. Pushed him in towards that A site. Nothing G2 could do about it. It's Fnatic getting all of their shots there, especially with the confidence with the AK-47. They knew they could duel up close and personal, and it will be 2-2 with the money starting to drain out of the bank accounts of G2 at this point. They've got about $3,000 per player, a little bit less in some instances. I feel like this will be probably an eco. Can't really justify the partial on this one, as I'll take their first tactical timeout. Started great with the pistol victory, but that third round force buy from Fnatic works out very nicely for them, and they're extremely established.
I had a chat with Brollan yesterday or before yesterday. Did confirm that Fnatic still have it as a rule of thumb that they're not allowed to have sugar during a tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not at all?
No sugar.
Not even like, what about Diet Coke? Does that count?
You can have coffee.
Okay.
These sorts of things, tea, coffee, you know,
All
you're
right.
not allowed to have sugar. It messes with the blood sugar too much. I mean, it is fun. There's little details that the teams have that they decide to get implemented by their players. But that Fnatic were one of the first to do that and are still doing it. I do like that. And well, Brollan is also just feeling so confident on this roster. He said it in an interview on NHL TV. He's feeling really good on this roster. Room to move, and Golden really plays to his strengths. And those chaotic situations, I think, is where Brollan's going to get the shine. Because that's where it just comes down to game sense, and he really has the aim and the mind for it.
There we go.
Once again.
Yeah, that's great. Once he gets towards that playground, he'll get both the kills there. Very precise. Once you get a Krieg in his hands, he is unleashed. He looks so strong with this weapon, so confident. It's a bit of a controversial rifle right now, but if it's available, you can make it work. Definitely pick it up. And we'll see now a 5 versus 3. Like we said, couldn't really justify a partial investment into this one. This is pretty much a full eco for G2. No way they're going to win this one, but that's a great shot from AmaNEk. The nice pre-fire. But Brollan, more than comfortable. Just keep fragging towards the T-steps. Throws in a grenade. Just going to keep pressing that position as we hit the 1-minute mark.
We'll see if he gets caught in the back here. Nexa's got to get to a bomb site. 50 seconds, rather, on the clock. So eventually, he will be able to pick up this AK. And with Brollan at his back, this is the real threat here of Brollan. He's just slowing everything down for G2. That is so much time wasted on the clock. Just him being alive back here. And so you can see now Nexa has to rotate over towards this B site. He's going to get AmaNEk here to help him. Deagle on AmaNEk means he could hit a headshot on KRIMZ, but KRIMZ and Golden, they've got the crossfire established already. And there it is, KRIMZ instant headshot on AmaNEk. So all on Nexa now, no Kevlar. Oh, the incendiary goes down. KRIMZ decides to push through the smoke, trying to support Golden, I suppose. But that cost him his life. Now Nexa's in a position here. It's a 1v3. Could still win this. Nope, Golden hits the headshot, but risky business there. Ends up getting a little costly for Fnatic.
Yeah, he could have got the bomb down potentially, but as soon as he goes with that plan, they're going to swing out on him. He knew it. He had to find at least one more kill. Decent effort there. Gets a couple. Wasn't quite enough to get the plant down, but still, it's the T side. They'll be fine with this. Brollan's looking very sharp. That is going to be worrying for them going forward. Those shots are a bit of a statement as he looks to show aggression at the start of the last couple of rounds. We get into number 6 here. Orb's starting to come out now. Not for KRIMZ just yet, but JW will have his, and he's been playing remarkably well with the sniper rifle. A little bit streaky at times, I suppose, but when he's on, he looks very, very good indeed. Holding towards that mid area right now. Flashed off, though, JaCkz. He'll find the first, and now they can put the brakes on. Don't have to commit to this, don't have to rush. It's going to force a reaction out from the CTs, as you can see. KRIMZ trying to regain some territory, get a frag in return.
Yeah, great read from G2 there. They saw the second incendiary go down in the playground, and they're like, right, okay. There's going to be some aggression, and they managed to follow up on that perfectly. JW caught out completely, and so a man advantage now for G2. Working on getting that map control and extending it. Just don't even care about long at this point. It's all about mid and connector.
All about KRIMZ, really. He's the linchpin of Fnatic. If he can find a couple of frags in this position, they're right back in the round, but it's such a precarious one. You've got 2 angles to watch. We saw this yesterday. You have to keep your vision towards the short tunnel, and of course the squeaky door. Flashes will be coming over. This is going to be a nightmare to hold. He dodges the flashes, doing very well so far. If he gets one, that's fine, but still the trade comes through, and they'll maintain the man advantage. Now with 50 seconds remaining, they don't have to fully commit towards B, but they're more than happy to. In they go through the monster tunnel. It's only Golden there right now, waiting for rotations. He's a great anchor, and he delivers a couple of kills. The first comes in, but G2 have been very effective with the trading so far. They maintain the advantage, and flusha, we saw what he could do with the UMP. Can he replicate it with the AK? Of course he can. Brilliant work so far. Makes things uncomfortable. The bomb will be denied, and now it's all up to Nexa.
That was just Brolin spamming through smoke as well. flusha! What a king.
Yeah.
That was a sick play from him. Way to turn it around. Tough break for AmaNEk as well, just jumping past flusha. Didn't see him there.
Indeed.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes, though. But G2, you were right to point it out. They were doing textbook stuff there on T side. Constantly trading, always having that body there to trade the kill, maintain the man advantage. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Exactly.
But then you can't account for players like flusha who can just come up with the double kill and bring it all right back.
You can do
everything
perfect
right.
Strategy, the perfect spacing, but players like flusha, they are world class, and if they're on, they're going to hit their shots. And Counter-Strike, at the end of the day, it's about who hits the headshot first, and he is just looking very good right now. This is the partial buy from G2 now on their T side. They've got a Mac 10, upgraded pistols as well, and Brollan is just unrelenting towards his long position. He wants to keep pushing. He hasn't got much backup, but that seems absolutely fine. His Krieg has been pretty powerful so far.
I like this, though, because there hasn't been a presence at long for Fnatic for a few rounds now. So G2 might get caught off guard by this, by him being at long instead of being pushed up in mid, because JW has had that presence mid, round after round. But this is Brollan, and he is alone. He needs to get value out of this in a big way. Finds one, needs to get the second, because he's about to get cut off. Yep, JaCkz is going to nail him here. This is such a painful situation now for Brollan. Nowhere to go. He's fighting his way out. Does he get that smoke down? He does, but he could get shot in the back here by Hunter in just a moment. Barely makes it around. And now he has to fall back to the site. He's got his teammates here watching his back already. I'm actually not a huge fan of him hanging out at long still. I wish that he would just back off to the site and make use of the Krieg, because here he's in a one-and-done spot instead of actually being able to back off and hold defensively.
Yeah. Well, he has got flusha who can swing from the corner here, but certainly in trouble if they come around to back up. There it is. CZ goes down. No backup at all. flusha now just has to hope they overlook the corner. KRIMZ thinking about checking here. Smoke will go down towards bank. Flashbang comes in. That's really nice play. That's great teamwork. He'll get 2 before he goes down as well. JW with the flash assist, but KRIMZ sneaked through to the side. It might be too late, though. 2 versus 1. He has got armor. Still with time, he's going to have to collect that. But as soon as he goes with his plant similar, that's when they're going to swarm on him. KRIMZ surely will come through, and he's gone for the fake plant as well. And now they've got a full advantage. There's nothing Kenny can do but hope for the plant at this point. That won't be possible anymore, hoping for both kills. And they play it perfectly again. Fnatic, they are looking like a great unit right now. It seems like there's great structure on both teams. This is going to be a great game of CS. It bodes very well for the rest of the series.
Yes, and no bomb plant, but plenty of money. No op on Kenny still here on T side, so that's something to keep in mind.
He's a serviceable AK player, but still, like, he hasn't brought the AWP ones. And that was historically a problem with G2 in managing their finances. You've got one of the most iconic snipers of all time on your team, and you don't see it till round 11 or 12. It's not a big deal on the T side of Overpass, but you'd certainly like to see him get it.
Always want to see Kenny with the op. That's just a given. Ooh, or JW. Right. This is bold.
Better get a kill after this. 22 HP in no man's land.
He's never going to expect it. There it is. JW gets the shot.
That's respect to JW right there. I like that a lot. The fact he's gone through, taking that damage, they just don't anticipate it because no one would ever run through a flame like that, but he's done it. He doesn't want to extinguish it because that would give up the play. And at that point, he just gets the opening kill. They have no idea what has happened there. Hunter
removed.
removed.
That sort of play. And it's a bit of a Swedish thing, too, because Forrest used to do a lot of that as well. Just kind of sit in Molotovs and wait you out, try and bait you in, thinking, oh, you're safe. Wow. No, you're not. And look at this. Golden, he's going to walk right into AmaNEk. Ends poorly for him. He hits the headshot, but it's not enough. And so man advantage here for Fnatic. flusha's still alive, though, so it's not done yet. There's going to be a quick rotation down to lower, it seems, here for G2. They've still got AmaNEk anchoring towards the B site, and they've got control of connector now as well. And so we'll see if Fnatic catch onto this and rotate a man down here to cover. And it looks like, yes, we will be getting KRIMZ. No, flusha, but only with an M4. So he doesn't have that one-shot headshot capability, and that's going to make life a little bit difficult here for him.
Well, it is flusha after all. He can do a lot with a little, that's for sure. He'll be holding towards graffiti. And
the flash.
He's got plenty of players in front of him. They've chosen to go monster, which is the correct position. AmaNEk going in first. He'll be the cannon follow of low HP. And he probably goes down first here. They need to get that bomb planted and take control of the situation. They know exactly where flusha is. They have got another smoke if they want to put it in that position, but the bomb now will be planted.
He keeps getting tagged up here. This is really frustrating now. They're going to get whittled, and I think they're going to back off and save because the money isn't that great here for Fnatic.
Fair enough. It was a great opening to the round. What a play from JW. The fact he survives that one as well, down to 22 at the start. Most players would be dissuaded with that HP, but he knows a Hunter. He's the anchor towards the B side of the map. He's lurking, looking for pushes like that, and he just didn't think it'd be possible that JW would push the flames. He manages the opening kill, falls back, but then the response from G2 comes in. Contact play towards Monster. They trade out very well once again. As I mentioned, the fundamentals of Counter-Strike are really looking good for both teams right now. This is going to be right down to the wire. It's not clear who's going to win just yet.
It's a real tough one for Fnatic because they still keep giving up players in these rounds, and so the money just doesn't really grow despite them really starting to put rounds together here. What was that? That was a 5-round streak. So, I mean, we'll have to see if they're going to be able to get a bit cleaner and keeping these rifles alive so that they have that money, they can keep growing that economy. Because you put 5 rounds in a row, and then you're pretty much on your butt. Like, you don't have anything in the bank left here for Fnatic. This is a must-win round now for them.
Yeah, you get 1,400 after losing a round. That's why you have to save those weapons. That was a calculated decision. There was an argument to be made. They could have won that one the way they're playing right now and keep applying the pressure. Even if they didn't, they might be able to get a stranglehold on G2, but they're kind of maintaining their own finances at this point, making sure they have a decent buy into the next round. And you can see AmaNEk now contemplating the next round, working out the decision for the T side. Does he want to change the pace up? They've been quite methodical so far, a lot of defaults, not too much in terms of set pieces, just been defaults and good fragging, and that spacing we're talking about. Just good fundamentals of the game, making sure you're going in with trade potential every time, even though it's not the most complicated fake or set piece coming through. And we have got a full rifle round for them once again. Can he still yet to bring out the AWP? JW saved his from the previous round. Mid has been a heavy area of contention, and JW this time the one to challenge it.
Just waiting for them to peek him again in the same way that they did before, but not this time, and he decides to play it safe and back off. Through the smokes, do we get any presence here long from him? Might be the case. He's got Brolin working there, a duo now. In the meantime, a setup down towards B. Yep. I like this forward aggression coming in from Fnatic. It is something that we've talked about in the past when it comes to Overpass on CT side, which is that you have to challenge early. You can't not let the G2 side, the T side, get too much map control too early in the round. So right now, look at how passively G2 are having to play here because they're expecting more of that aggression that Fnatic have taught them to fear in the beginning of this half, and now they hold one step back, and so G2 are going to walk into that, and each time along, G2 have to spend more and more time clearing the map before they can get to a bomb site. And so Fnatic's approach to Overpass CT side right now is really nice. I'm liking it.
Absolutely right there. It's looking like a very entertaining game is on our hands. Brollan, one of the most impressive players of the tournament so far, holding towards the bathrooms. Stoic right now in his positioning. Confident they'll be coming that direction. He will be right. Reacts well. Takes out the bomb. The double kill comes in. Can't quite find 3, but his job is done. Sets JW up for the alley-oop there. And it's going to be a 4 versus 2 very quickly. Bomb down. And with 20 seconds left, they've got to save. There's no option here. Brollan has absolutely destroyed them there.
That was so brutal.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah, that's as clean as it gets for Brollan. That's the spacing just not quite tight enough there for G2 to get that follow-up on him, it seems. Yeah. So, and then you count on JW. JW is really he's coming back into his own, man. Yeah, it's a pleasure to see that he is able to hit those shots with the op again, and that he's starting to feel it enough to go for those clever plays like pushing through mollies and being aggressive. That's really JW's style of sniping. And
that shows you that the comms of Brollan as well. He's not just silently killing those 2 players. He's comming as soon as he finds the information they're there. JW knows to swing back, take that bomb down, and the round's over within 3 kills because there's 20 seconds remaining. G2 a little bit too slow on that approach. They get the long control. But this play here, they're trying to trade out. They played it well. But like I said, it's just about hitting their shots. And when you're against world-class fraggers, they're going to have those sort of sequences, and it's difficult to shut them down. We're starting to see a swell in Fnatic now. 2 AKs on the defensive side. It'll be KRIMZ and flusha that hold those. It'll be the incendiary that's extinguished at this point, but the grenade doesn't land somehow.
Oh, it was over into playground.
Yeah.
And they had cut through the smoke. They didn't go into playground. That would have been monstrous.
Yep.
Tough break for Fnatic. Flash on no incendiary onto JW. He's just dancing on the edge. Do they walk into this? He doesn't have anybody here to trade, does he? Not directly, at least. Spots him. There's one. Could bait the response here. He's leaving Brollan alone. Brollan, as the smoke clears, he is going to be able to back off, and now we're falling back, and the bait and switch is going to be here. The threat potential is that JW baits the shot in, and then Brollan's there for the cleanup, and that's exactly what it's looking like it's going to be here. I'm loving this teamwork from Fnatic, and there it is, JW through the smoke. Unfortunately, Brollan goes down in that, and now JW's in a bit of a tight spot. Can he make it back out of here? He doesn't know that they aren't holding the angle hard. And in the meantime, Hunter, that's a must-win kill. Takes down Golden on the B site. This is going to prompt Fnatic to move on back over here. But it's still a man advantage. He's traded, and so Fnatic up 3-2. 40 seconds on the clock. A little bit of time to work with here, G2. AmaNEk recovered the AWP from Kenny's body, and so he's going to be looking for a shot here. Oh, aim punch? Tough one, but still, flusha still alive. Had to hit it, and he doesn't quite, so we're getting into the 1v1s now. JW looking for the clutch, though. Hits the headshot wallbang on nexa as he tries to go for the plant. Now the bomb is on. AmaNEk going to be trying to stick it. A little bit of a bait. Unreal. JW just peeks right into it.
Look at the aggression coming in here. So much pressure applied to AmaNEk, but he manages to fend him off somehow. JW was having a monstrous round there. 3 kills, funnels him into that B bomb site, but G2 hold on for dear life. That was all down to Hunter as well. He knew once they started losing frags towards the A side of the map, he's lurking towards B, remember. He has to be more active than sitting there waiting for the rotations. He pushes up towards shore, manages to open things up at that point. They can rotate in, and it comes right down to the wire. AmaNEk had his work cut out for him at that point. 1 versus 1 against JW, who knows you're low HP as well, and he nails the close range shot, shuts down the money for Fnatic, and G2 have come back online, and fair play to JW. He'll be frustrated at that one because he had a stellar round, but just couldn't get it over the line.
Yeah, these clutch rounds are what's hurting Fnatic right now.
Yeah, definitely.
They're getting the rounds, they're getting the round advantages, and then they maintain it, but when the clutch comes through, it's going G2's way. And so Fnatic right now, under pressure, just that loss, and just, you see, no money in the bank, and so they're back onto pistols, having to go for an eco. Up close. KRIMZ not going to get anything, full flash. There's still some aggression, though, as we've got JW and Brollan, once again, the 1-2 duo working over here through the restrooms.
Didn't invest much more than PT50s and 1 deagle. No nades, of course, and at this point, G2 have confirmed that. And the fact they got that first kill, something like that, they killed KRIMZ and they saw there was no helmet, there was no dink, it was an instant gush, right? So they know it's an eco. So they just want to make sure they stay together. No one has to run in, don't give anything away, take your time, and there should be no problem whatsoever. The fact they have no armor suggests this is a tight eco, and we'll see this go into a 5-on-3. 45 seconds remaining. Fnatic will just try and get some consolation frags, if possible, holding little interesting spots like this one. Golden just seeing if anyone will open the door, see him get a quick frag. It's unlikely he'll get more than 1 or even recover a rifle, but he'll pay the debts off for his P250 and affect the finances of his opposition.
Yeah, nexa should take him out real quick here if Golden still hangs around in that spot in sewers. 2 up on the upper site right now on the A site for Fnatic, and so free bomb site here for G2 to walk up and get the plant in. So far, this is an excellent anti-eco round coming in here from G2. They haven't lost anybody. This could be the big one. Man, Golden somehow playing that angle.
Oh!
Golden with the double. I cursed him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's much more than he was worth, let me tell you. That was excellent stuff. Like, the fact he even got a second kill there, like I said, he didn't even go for the rifle because he knew it wasn't worth it. Now he's got a serious chance to do some damage, but there he is, the French sniper stepping up. His first AWP kill of the game, and it's a decent one. Through the corner of the wall, right into the skull of Golden, and it's going to be 6-5 G2. Closing the gap now. Round 12 coming through. The money's starting to stabilize, but it's still not fantastic. JW can't get the AWP out. He had enough for a glass cannon. He opts for the M4 instead. flusha, he had much less cash than his other teammates. He'll be down to the MP9, but as we mentioned, he makes pretty much any weapon work and make it look remarkable as well as we get to the bookend of this first half. Kenny S, as I said, about round 12 will be when he brings out the AWP. We'll see if he can make it do some work here as the aggression's coming in from the CT side towards middle. Once again, as they nade through towards T steps, it doesn't quite find the kill, but nexa, he's down to 29.
Oh, he just got wrecked. And that was making me wonder where flusha wants to play with. Instead of going for the UMP, he goes for the MP9. I was wondering if they're going to try and set up some kind of trap in mid. But he's going to back off down to the lower B site and probably hold close. And so G2 now on the B side of the map this time around. Golden once again in his spot, right side of Monster. JaCkz going to spot him. There's the headshot. Such a tough angle to hold. And JaCkz with the double, taking point, opening it up. flusha finds the one kill. It's not going to be enough though. They need more here, Fnatic, if they want to make this hold happen. G2 are playing it very patiently. Hunter only just now getting up onto the site. Oh, and flusha spots him. Denies the bomb plant. That's huge. And the boost! They're so quick. They are so quick. Is the hive mind back for Fnatic?
It might be, Stemler. It's looking very good so far, but AmaNEk will pull one back at least. A bit of aggression from flusha shut down, and he'll get his second as well. Ducking and weaving through the smoke is up to the young star to pull this one off for the Swedes here. Manages to bring 1-versus-1 situation in his favor. The bomb is down, but the shot goes against him. It's AmaNEk to close things out. It has been these clutch situations. You're dead on. G2 seem to thrive in them every single time, and it's down to just the minutiae there. Right into the last bullets as JaCkz, great job at opening things up, but Fnatic did pull himself into a winnable situation.
I wonder what prompted flusha to charge through the smoke like that. I'm thinking he maybe thought the guy had a nade in his hand.
Yeah, potentially.
You know, so he's just like, okay, if he has a nade, I win this and we're done. But it just didn't work out. AmaNEk, there was a bit of a question as to his comfort level on the team right now, whether he's struggling or not with the fact that they are this international roster, having to speak the Englando. I mean, he has kind of dropped off a little bit in performance, but not this map.
Definitely not.
He's definitely coming into his own here versus Fnatic. 6-6, G2 have succeeded in running it back. And now Fnatic, well, another round of eco for them. We got a real match on our hands here, Henry.
We do, and this is the pick of Fnatic as well. With Dust 2 next at the G2 calling card right now. That does not bode well for Swedish fans, because if they do not pull this one off, G2 have got one of the scariest T-sides in Dust 2 history. We'll see what can be done here, as they just have PD50 Deagles, no nades again. They've been very conservative with their buys here. Not usually saying that about Fnatic, to be honest, but just going to have...
They don't like to make a mess.
Well, exactly.
All the Swedish fans will get that joke.
Okay.
Because it's slang. Bice is slang for shit, basically. So
oh, is it really?
Swedish, yeah. So.
Well, there we go.
There you go. Every time it's like, oh, you said pies. Okay. Well, that's my childlike mind put on full display.
I like you for the person you are. Every part of it. Well then, it's going to be just a defensive A-hole for the CTs right now. Hunter spotted one. He knows that's a free frag. B bomb site is officially open for business. But Kenny S, he's cracking open towards A. JaCkz doesn't want to wait for the easy round victory. He wants to run into the pistols here. I find this an interesting decision considering Hunter's whereabouts, but they have got little to no time, I suppose. They have to just get in at this point. They've established B's open. It doesn't really help them out too much. Have to find all the headshots here. Flush is in a prime spot to get another kill. They do a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. G2 needs to be very cognizant of that clock. It seems to be running dangerously low against these pistols each and every time. So the point of Hunter there doesn't really bring much to the table because he's not with the squad and they can't do much with that information that B's open.
Yes, that is a very good point to bring to the fore here. But that, I think, really does come down to the early aggression from Fnatic.
Yeah.
If you have teams that start passive on CT Overpass, you're just not doing it right because you give them so much room to work with. And then G2, yeah, they'd be hitting the side at a minute. But because Fnatic are always so aggressive, G2 have to waste so much time. This is a big map. They have to waste so much time clearing it out, getting map control. So unless they can go for a very early aggression here, like what we're seeing from G2 now. Oh, another incendiary. This is going to do a lot of damage. Next up, what? KRIMZ turns away, still wins the duel. That was way too close, though.
Yeah, that's a scrappy kill to kick things off. KRIMZ looked like it was done for there, but he sticks the landing. 5 on 4. They've had these advantages before, and it does seem to fall apart for Fnatic right in the last few seconds of the round. Kenny has tagged a little bit, but he still has the AWP. G2 know they have lost map control towards middle. They have no idea if players like Brollan are in towards that playground position, so this is going to cost them even more time. Once again, they're going to have to clear out long playground, bathrooms, and that's like a 40-second sequence. And you can see them approaching it tentatively, making sure they check every crevice of the map. As we hit the 1-minute mark, they're still fine for now, but the problem is they have 2 smokes and 1 flashbang. That means they can't really use a smoke to dissect the map at this point. They might just be better off going back towards B. Kenny S trying to work a pick with that AWP on that side of the map. And the problem is he is isolated. He could be pushed as well. They are going to fall back towards B by the looks of things. Little to no utility. They've thrown 1 smoke towards A. That's all they can really do. It's just a suggestion they might come on that side of the map. I dare say it'll be a contact play, but Fnatic are more than ready for it. Look at these 2 turrets set up outside the monster.
This time Golden, he's not holding. It's KRIMZ who's going to take that spot, but then he's backed up by Golden.
It's a standoff.
Let's see. I'm really not a huge fan of this spot just because you tend to get spotted first. There's the 1-for-1, and Hunter, man, he is just so good at picking up these kills. AmaNEk whips around, takes down JW, who's trying to play it safe. flusha going to try and deny the bomb plant. Not going to happen. 2-on-2 scenario, and Kenny finds that key kill. Brollan caught in the open. And G2 Esports, they're on the edge of winning the first half here. 15th round, 8-6 the score.
It was looking like such a brilliant setup there for Fnatic as well. They were reading it well. They had the bait and switch set up towards Monster, but as you mentioned, it was Hunter. He has that awareness, not his first rodeo. He comes through, he can spot the ankle there. It has to be a very chaotic situation for that to work out. You can slide up that wall a little bit and sit right in the corner, but it takes about 10 seconds to set up. It was more of an on-the-fly adjustment there from Golden. Didn't work out for him, cost him his life, and now G2 have won the first half 8-6. We do have the final round coming in with a shotgun. JW, bit of an old classic of his. The swag 7 towards connector can be very effective, but it does require mistakes from the T side to even get in a position when that can be powerful.
You can see he's holding back so that he doesn't necessarily get toasted like he did last time.
Yeah.
Now deciding to move up a little bit. AmaNEk is down here. He's got all the nades necessary to clear JW out of these positions, but there's also KRIMZ who's going to be hanging around right here by connector. KRIMZ is entirely counting on JW to cover his flank right now.
Yeah, if that goes wrong, he'll have to open the door and hope for the best. They have 4 smokes in the CT side, of course, no kits, no incendiaries. They're desperate for a frag. That's why they've got these aggro positions towards shore and indeed Monster. And we'll see JW in this connector. That's AmaNEk playing it correctly there. I said they'd have to take a mistake for JW to be able to thrive in. Now gives up his position. Takes a nade to the face as well. Still wants to stay here, though. Still feeling like he can pull this one off.
Textbook stuff, though. That's exactly how he died last time, JW.
Yeah.
Only this time he didn't take that much nade damage from the incendiary. Kenny still a long. This is G2 changing things up. They've only hit long like this twice, I think, so far this half. And so to go in the 15th round, Fnatic haven't really got that just yet.
The read is going to be an A-side attack. They're rotating 2 more players over to boost the defense.
But now it's Brollan who's alone. Brollan's out through Spirit. Yeah, they're going to see now that there is nothing going on over here towards the B side here for G2. It is going to be the A hit. Full rotation coming out from the lower side now for Fnatic, trying to get up here. 14 seconds left on the clock for G2. They're running low on time again. And flusha, all he has to do is stay alive now. All he has to do is keep it together on the other side of the smoke. It's not happening. Kenny through the smoke to find him. JW gets the kill! He gets the kill and clutches it in the end. All they had to do was stop the bomb plant, and JW, the hero, pulls it off.
It happens again, Semler. They're beaten by the buzzer, and so are we. We will take a break and be back with the second half.
come to the conclusion, and it looks like Dupree does as well, that JaCkz is actually the cleaner now. He's got the whole Leon the Professional look going right now. Got the black with the hat.
That's exactly the reference I was
glasses.
thinking of. That's it. I wanted to bring that one out as well. That's
Yeah, we can call him the Professional now.
That's it. Okay,
that's fair.
That's fair enough. This is for Matilda.
He's got the. He's got the. He just needs to walk around with a little potted plant. It'd be perfect. Put that on the desk in front of him when he sits down, right?
That's so good. All right, second half then. Speaking of good, Counter-Strike has been a very high level here. G2 not the most technical T side, but certainly impressive. They win the half 8-7, and we get into the second here as we switch over to the T side for Fnatic. Looks like a big B rush coming in here. They've got one smoke, a Molotov of the barrel as well. Gotta go fast towards the short position and send those Glocks up. Brollan, of course, leading the charge here, and he'll try and crack things open, but Hunter detects it. Flashbang comes over. This is looking excellent. What a reaction. The bomb goes down. It's absolutely spot on from G2. They've got full control here. It's down to the fragging now, but Fnatic are answering back in a massive way. Somehow, they've got a 3 versus 1 in their favor, but KRIMZ will try his best to fight out of it. How did that round turn around so quickly?
Coach making some noise here. This time it goes their way. Unbelievable. What a snap decision from G2, though. As soon as they start hearing everything going down, just so charge Monster, just get in on Monster fast.
Both teams with the perfect call in that situation. It came down to the raw fragging power there. Close range of the Glocks, they come out on top. Both teams pouncing on their opportunities when they arise. Really enjoying this one so far. We are going to see the force buy from G2. Good to see KRIMZ showing some discipline, though. He's only got a Deagle, nothing else. So he can bring out the AWP in the first go round if this goes a little bit wrong for them. We'll see flusha fast at the Mac 10. 8-8 right now, and this will still be a difficult round for Fnatic, and they know it. The CZ, so deadly these days, making its way towards shore, but Hunter out of position and taken down. Wow.
There's Nexa, though. Fighting back with the Deag.
Great shot.
Damage there. Nice try, flusha. The Deagle is always going to be such a threat, and it always does so much damage. It's bonkers. flusha, thinking about it. Yes, go for the CZ. Don't even bother with the Mac 10 anymore. You'll kill more people, flusha. 3 on the lower side now for G2. It's looking like it is going to be the execute onto the lower side here for Fnatic. AmaNEk holding close with the UMP. They don't take a point. AmaNEk pounces! Ooh. And Nexa's there to help. Double kill for AmaNEk. 1 for Nexa. All on flusha now on short, and he's gone. There it is from G2 once again. And I'm loving this coach camera that we've got going on here.
It's good, isn't it? You really get to see the disparity in the reactions. AmaNEk's over the moon. He knows how massive that is. G2 are looking so good in the fragging department. Fnatic commit towards the B sides, one of the tightest choke points on the map. They go through Monster, and AmaNEk's got a surprise on the other side. Getting a taste of their own medicine. The UMP just chews through 2 of them. Nexa, that powerful Deagle of his, just keeps finding heads as we get a force buy in response now. 9-8 overall. Fnatic will have a similar buy to what G2 presented in the previous. Can they pull off the same level of success?
I'm going to keep an eye on it. Hunter deciding to go aggro too. They want information early from G2. See what they're up against. Fnatic playing very far back.
Yeah, they're waiting for the nades.
They're expecting not only nades, I think they're expecting some early aggression out of G2. So they were trying to set a trap there. See if anybody was going to peek in a la Brollan in the first half for Fnatic, right? That's not the case. G2, in fact, holding very far back. Now that they've gone for the early aggression in sewers to get the info on the B side of the map, on A side, they're playing pretty passively.
They just want to make sure that everyone's going to be in crossfires here. Use the range of those 3 rifles you have. KRIMZ and the Mac 10. That's absolutely fine, considering KRIMZ and Golden don't really have helmets, or Golden doesn't even have armor in his case. He's opted for the utility, so this will be an execution. They'll try and get control towards A side, smoke towards steps and bank. That's ideal. If they can do that, though, they have to get close first, and they're going to get in position now at the mouth of the bomb site. The smokes will come through, and KRIMZ will lead the charge. KRIMZ with 1, and there it is, cracked wide open. This has been perfect for Fnatic. That's what you get. The 2 defensive Semler, you do allow them to get that tantalizingly close with the CZs and actually crack things open in an easy manner.
That's the thing. The difference here we're seeing is the hesitation on the CT side to get out there and be a bit aggressive, make Fnatic have to earn. Oof, and there's KRIMZ. Another headshot. Looking for another one, and and he's going to get it. Now has an AK. He got cut off with the molly, but that's still a 2-minute advantage for Fnatic, holding on the upper site. And now Nexa, you're in a bit of a tight spot, bud. It's a 1v3. You got no kit. And right now he's probably just thinking, how do I get out of here alive? There's a kit picked up in front of him. He could pick it up, but he's deciding to back off.
Yeah, right decision. They're going to have to force buy again next round. Next round will survive with just 12 points of health. And there we have it. Fnatic given way too much freedom of the map there. The fact they can get full bathroom control of 5 players and execute in that manner as well. There was no way G2 were ever going to hold that one off. It's all about defensive lines. It's not about going super aggressive at the start, but holding the top of the bathroom, right, and then falling back when you sense the deagles on the other side. At least you can call for rotations there. And the setup they had, sure, they had the crossfires, but they had no time to communicate to their teammates. They needed backup very quickly. The trades came through. Fnatic dropped their smokes, and nothing could be done. And as we mentioned, it will be the force and response. Keep an eye on Kenny's money, making sure he doesn't spend everything there. Wants to have the orb going forward, which was a problem in the first half.
On the CT side, Kenny was looking very confident with the op as well, so definitely want to get that sniper side. And this is what we're talking about from the map played previously against NIP. Kenny, he was hitting shots, so get that man the sniper rifle as fast as possible. 9-9, and a real scrappy match that we have on our hands now between these two teams. It is kind of what we expected going into it, though. Everybody was just getting a bit hype about it. This is just going to be a slugfest.
Kind of has been right down to the clutches almost every single time. The force spies working out for either side. Just what you want to see from a good CS game.
Once again, G2 holding pretty far back upper. And so Fnatic, after a bit waiting around, they are going to start pushing into top of mid. They are taking their time with it, just now clearing out restrooms. They'll have eyes on long in a moment. That's Brollan clearing that portion of the map out. And so now they're pretty much set to head wherever they want. They could go towards that A side, and it's looking like that's going to be the case. Bomb is rotating back through playground. Going to get top mid in a moment. And it looks like JW is going to hang around, maybe try and cut off any rotations through connector. AmaNEk's actually pushed all the way back through. So they know. They know G2 with the aggression late, it's going to pay off wonderfully. There's now a limited time here for Fnatic. 25 seconds on the clock, but they're going to get flanked as well.
A bit awkward from JaCkz there, but he does get back just in the nick of time. This is down to the clock now. Fnatic are making the same mistake that G2 were in the first half. They need to scramble toward the side, get that bomb planted as quick as possible. It's on the back of flusha right now. They're right on the bomb side in the nick of time. They're finding the kills. It looks like it'll be absolutely fine. Bomb, as you can hear, going down, making sure that no one can swing out. Fnatic stabilize here. Still with 5 alive against 1. It was looking a little bit problematic, but they are absolutely on track now to take the round and shut down the economy of G2. The 4 spies will stop at this point. It's going to be double digits for the T's, and G2 can't invest anything into this round. Kenny can buy the orb next. Everyone has to take an eco at this point. Take the USPs, maybe a couple of grenades, stack somewhere, see if you can get some kills.
Where is this coming from, though? Because I'm thinking, I'm watching that round develop, and I'm thinking, well, Fnatic are just going to get sandwiched here. This is going to get brutal. And then Fnatic survive nearly perfectly. They only lose JW.
Just looking, alive. Every player on the server right now, no one's looking weak, no one's dropping off. Everyone's just hitting all their shots, and it really is a scrappy, brawly game, and I'm enjoying that. So, like we said, a potential stack coming in from G2. They've chosen long. They're just going to push off this slowly and see if they can catch a couple of players off guard. If they can save an AK, that's fantastic. You still get money for surviving the round on the CT side, of course. And they'll wait. Will KRIMZ decide to go around the corner here?
Go peek. JaCkz gonna bait a little bit. There's the bait, and the game is up. KRIMZ gets 2. Brollan there to help out. Don't want to let them pick up that AK though. Golden will find Hunter. Yeah, I like that. Send Golden over there with the FAMAS. You guys can have a FAMAS. You can't have an AK. Golden will save that AK. JW has the M4. Okay, and so now 11-9, Fnatic in the lead. And G2 Esports will have the money to get Kenny an op.
Yeah, he's been saving up for it for a while. Keeping that pocket money.
It's looking like a tactical pause here for G2.
I think they need one as well. It's been a turbulent few rounds. You've had that roller coaster start of losing the pistol, the adrenaline rush of winning the 4 spy, and then the complete disappointment of the 3rd. Anti-eco falling apart. So, AmaNEk calls a timeout. Make sure everyone's calm. You can see the analysts were discussing this before. When the timeouts come through, it's normally himself and nexa that's having a discussion about the next round. They just want to focus on those two, make sure they all are on the same page at this point. Language can be a bit of an issue in this new team, so make sure everyone understands what's going to be happening in a very, very key round here. The first time Kenny has the orb. Now, what kind of stance will they present? It's been quite a passive game for them so far. It cost them that 3rd round. We'll see if Kenny wants to get stuck here. We haven't seen much of him in the AWP just yet.
You got to give it to Fnatic as well. Really good money on their side developing here.
Looking good.
They're keeping players alive. That's the important thing. They're keeping players alive at the end of these rounds. They're maintaining those rifles. JW does decide to put the smoke in there after all. Only to just make a bit of noise here on the outside of playground, trying to keep these players for G2 Esports here locked in, because there's 3 at long right now for G2 Esports. And it was only Hunter who's down towards the lower site. Very passive stuff here, and this could be perfect for Fnatic. They can get out onto the bomb site. Completely free. Scott in, no worries. Flash coming in, that's Brolin, a bit of a team flash, but still, the bomb should get planted, and this is going to put all the pressure here on G2 Esports to get the job done this round. They absolutely have to pull it off here. We're on the limit of it getting out of hand where Fnatic can start running away with this half.
Boost up as well towards heaven. This is a bit of an old school special. JW, only at 13 points of health. This could be enough. Do GT want to go for this with no kit similar? It might just be worth saving 5 players. I'm not sure. JW will shut down AmaNEk when he comes through, almost certainly. He'll drop down as the flashbangs come in. Looks like they fancy it. Brollan will get the first, and now this really is going to be a difficult test for G2. They've got no kits. Every player's going down. Kenny, he'll get a couple, but at this point, they'll have to just pull back. And like I said, I think it was just worth saving 5 players there. Take it on the chin, because now your money's going to be broken once again, even with the loss bonus.
Fnatic, in the meantime, they lost 2. That's fine. Oh, Golden. Does he get him?
Maybe.
Oh!
Worth a go.
Loses the fight. Donates an AK. No, he can't make it in time. So bomb goes off. M4 and AWP saved for G2 Esports. Won the AWP on Kenny. And in the meantime, Fnatic, they'll spend just a bit of money. They had quite a bit in the bank. They're doing such a good job. Again, it's so important now for players to save guns, so you can keep building money. There's no loss bonus for Fnatic, so if they lose a round, they really need to have enough to be able to get a couple of rounds in where they have a reasonable buy. And so just managing to keep these rifles alive, it's so key. The pressure comes off of Fnatic because they're not staring down the barrel of an eco if they lose. Whereas G2, they have no confidence from their money. They keep having to be in these awkward spots where it's a quasi-buy.
I really wish they had held their nerve there and just given in. It hasn't got to the really dangerous point of the game just yet. You had no kits. The bomb was down in a 5-on-5. You had no access at all. You could have just taken that one, but doesn't matter now, I suppose. Kenny S will still see the AWP. What a boost that is. Lovely little play from Fnatic. They really are looking sharp right now. 5-on-3. They know the AWP's still up, and indeed the M4 for AmaNEk here, but they've taken care of Nexa and JaCkz. They've got plenty of time. No one's really taken any considerable damage. JW with both the kills. flusha waiting for the reactive play towards Short and indeed Monster, as they'll start to probe towards middle. Brollan normally their entry man with that Krieg. A vicious beast with the weapon. We'll see whether he can continue that trend.
He's been murdering people all week with that thing, man. He is a beast, you're right. What's his scoreline right now? He's top bragging, 21.
Of course.
So
good on Overpass, especially.
Kenny, though. There it is. AWP catches flusha lurking over towards the B site. This is all on the A site now. Single man here. Wallbang check. Golden finds the headshot on AmaNEk. And they'll be able to rotate up here perfectly well here, Fnatic. And good call here from G2. Can they save? Did flusha have anything? Is that why he was out there alone?
Already had an SMG, I'd imagine. No, he had an AK.
He had the AK. Oh, okay, I see. It wasn't flusha actually trying to push into B side. It was just a pick from Kenny. So AK recovered. And if I'm Fnatic at this point, I let him save it. I don't even go hunting for these guns.
And that's why they, even though flusha goes down, it's actually still so valuable for them. Sure, they lose a frag there, but they know the saved AWP, it's locked into the monster side of the B bomb side there. So that's why they quickly commit towards A. They find AmaNEk waiting with the rifle, just pre-buying the usual positions. They know what to be up to with that M4. He's going to be by himself. And at this point, worth a hunt. We said their money's very good on the T side.
It's not worth a hunt. I don't think so.
You don't
I really don't think so. Now, my opinion is really changing on this, where I think that is a wasted gun and wasted money on KRIMZ's side. Because like you know they're gonna buy anyways next round. So what do you care if they have a rifle or whatever? They were gonna buy anyway. So I think the onus is on you to keep all your money alive now on the winning side, because you have no loss bonus. You have no room for error.
That's a good point.
KRIMZ is dropping 4,800 here that he could have had in the bank, no problem, and instead he could have just spent 1,200 on nades. And so I think that's an error now. I think players are gonna have to start learning with this new money system that you really got to be. G2, we're going to buy next round. Why are you out there hunting? Yeah,
that is a good point. With the new money system, the fact that the loss bonus is so harsh now, that is just a very strong point. But we'll see if Fnatic can continue, though. It's 13-9. They're in touching distance of closing this one out as their pick. And speaking of which, Kenny S will find the first. That's towards connector. Fast as you like, taking down his rival sniper, JW, in that connector position. Brolin will try and pounce on the opportunity towards long. He's going to find the headshot. That's going to be JaCkz going down. Does not miss a single shot with that Krieg, it seems. 4-on-4 very quickly. That does favor Fnatic. It might force out a reaction here from the CTs, and indeed it will. Kenny knows he has to find yet another pick as he goes towards long this time. Brollan's in front of him on the rock, and will he see it? He will, but can't quite connect.
Yeah, and now you change up if you're Kenny. But you know where the op is playing from now. If you're Fnatic, valuable information to have. KRIMZ ready and waiting. Misses the shot. Hunter just ducks right under his crosshairs. Tough break there for... but AmaNEk, he's stranded. Brolin could eat him alive over here. I really dislike this position. Anders was the first to really start taking a dislike to it, but I mean, it's such a one and done spot because you have no way to get out. So you have to just hold your ground and get 2. Otherwise, it's why are you there? Of course, Fnatic have no way of knowing that, and so it is going to be them grouping up together in mid. 40 seconds on the clock here for Fnatic T side. A couple of nades left, a single smoke, a couple of mollies. These could be useful. But you have to find a way to dislodge Kenny. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a wallbang through the middle. I thought he was going to get that lineup. That would have been so sick.
Yeah. It would have been. He's just jumping up for Intel, drops the incendiary. You can see the clock's running incredibly low, and it's enough to dissuade them from the A side. They'll fall back towards B, but it's very telegraphed at this point. The fact they're not committing towards A at this stage, they'll know. They'll start rotating in. Look at the blue dots on the minimap right now. Hunter, he can smell blood in the water at this point. We'll see if he can find the kills required to deny that plant. He's done enough, to be honest. Golden will get the C4 planted, but overall, it will be round for G2. A solid one at that, with 4 players surviving there. AK's recovered on 3 of them. AWP for Kenny S is looking superb as well. He goes to the connector pick at the start, takes down JW, then towards long, showing presence, getting information, pushing them back towards B. He only gets a couple of kills that round, but he did so much in terms of forcing their hand and pushing them back towards that B side.
So Fnatic going to take a hit on that economy this round with the full buy. All that money that they've been saving, going to get spent up a bit here. They'll still have Brollan at 9,200 after a buy, though. And a couple of them still sitting pretty. Brollan and Golden. KRIMZ, I bet he's wishing he had that $5,000 back. And JW and flusha are doing all right as well. So right now, Fnatic not in the dumps just yet, but still money to buy. And now let's see. G2, more aggression from Kenny. I like it. Top mid this time. JW hanging out. No incendiary there, and so that's a warning signal enough, I suppose, for JW. And instead, it's Fnatic who are looking to go for a very quick play here towards the B side.
Have been smoked off for now, but they're pretty committed. They've got no intel as to everyone's flanking from T-spawn right now. So you've got about a 15-second window in terms of the textbook of Counter-Strike when you should be pushing in, because if you get flanked right now, you're going to lose the bomb. That's at the very back, so they have to go through. It's a bit more of a contact play. It's looking quite nice in that respect, but nexa, he's so sharp with that AK. It's not going to work out from this time. Fnatic have the advantage. Golden gets it. Flashbang's coming through, and here's the final commitment.
Let's see it. Smokes are going down everywhere. Mollies and nades as well. Hunter going to push through, trying to get aggressive. Does it pay off? Brollan and him have traded places. Brollan is hunting for him right now. Has to know that somebody was here, and so the only place he could be would be in the smoke. Brollan, we'll see if he realizes it. He's thinking that he's crouched in the corner here. JaCkz finds a kill for KRIMZ. 4 on 4 now, and this is going to be monstrous. Hunter is going to eviscerate this team. Brollan whips around, trades it. Wallbang from AmaNEk, though. Man advantage still here for G2. And JW's on the upper side.
He's going to try and get in towards heaven. The problem is the bomb will be in a pretty precarious position. So's Golden, to be honest. He's got 12 HP. Gives up his spot with that flashbang. It's down to JW now to try and save the day. The defuse comes through. Can JW even see the bomb? I don't. Oh, he can as well. Oh, that's absolutely massive. What a call from JW. His sabotage is absolutely everything. He's dropped the Molotov on the side as well. It was such a gamble, but my God, does it work out for him. He knows how massive that was as well. Just 1 kill, Semler, but it's the biggest kill of the game so far.
The bomb was planted for him.
That's so, I didn't see the plant. I was like, if it is a good plant, he's in business. That's crazy.
I thought they planted default. If they planted default, you're absolutely right. He doesn't see the bomb and he can't deny it, but it was planted right in the middle of the site. That's so sick.
Wow. That's some high-level play right there. That's a bit of a JW classic. On the other side of the map, rotating through. Everyone's like on the bomb, about to defuse it. He's like, you know what? I've got this, guys. I know the timing's here. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm silent on my approach. 1 bullet, and it causes absolute carnage. Allows Golden to get back in the round, and they shut it down.
What a play. And this is desperate now for G2. Nearly all their money spent in this round. It's Kenny, up close. Misses the shot. Brollan unable to convert it, though. Still, Kenny taking a lot of damage, down to 40 HP. Still, 3 on the B site for G2 very early. Fnatic once again posturing towards this B site. Looks like they wanted to get in here. Kenny might think to rotate off now, though, having seen that one player. See if they hold it close here. This is a similar setup that we saw from Fnatic, actually, on their CT side, and that's why JaCkz finds JW. He was lurking top mid. And so, but is this prompting him? No, the nades are starting to come through here for Fnatic. G2 are going to stay with the 3 on this B site. They're going to hold close. And now it's a question. Brollan, wondering where are they coming from? Does he peek into this? Yes, he does. Takes the shot, spots Kenny. And they need to get the bomb up. Monster, have to make the bomb play. What is that, Brollan? Jumps right on top of him. Double kill for Brollan.
Oh, that looked insane. How did he control that one? It was so frantic at that stage. Fnatic had the man advantage again. This is their map pick, looking to get map points. as Golden continues to apply the pressure there. The money is in a difficult position. It's a 3-on-3 though. They have got kits, and this is their move in now. Brollan, can he find more? He absolutely can. Runs out of ammo in the end. 2-on-2 now. KRIMZ on the AWP needs to find the rifle if possible. AmaNEk will be joining in. They've got no smokes, and they are running out of time.
You're telling the Op King to find a rifle? Henry, this man's been clutching with the Op all day.
Not anymore.
flusha with the double puts Fnatic on map point. Such a difficult position there for G2 with the retake. Just wasn't meant to be. They have money to buy an Op. Kenny's just going to go ahead and buy it for himself. No nades. Op Kevlar. Ample money on the side of Fnatic, who've done a great job all half long at just managing their economy so that they never had to eco. Once they got control, that was it. Full rifles, full nades for Fnatic, and a very weak buy, let's say, for G2. I mean, still rifles, but handful of nades. None of the important ones, really. The incendiaries.
Yeah, it's serviceable. That's the word I'd use for it.
That's the word. There you go.
But it's not ideal. That's for sure. We'll see what can be done here. It's going to be KRIMZ with the AWP. He hasn't had the biggest game, unfortunately. We saw it against NIP. He looked great on that CT side.
He did.
This has just been very well done from Fnatic, especially Brollan. What's his record getting up to now? 26 kills. Like, you let that kid off the leash, like, he's going to cause damage, and he certainly did in round number 25. That was pretty wild.
Let him do it as well. That's the beauty of it.
Get him
and Golden knows it. I think Golden is really allowing. When you've got JW and Brollan, I think Golden is just like, yeah, go have fun.
Yep.
Play to your strengths.
And that's how teams should be operating. You should be focusing your play around your stars. There should be no, what about me mentality. Play around your best players. Absolutely. But speaking of best players, JaCkz will be stepping up. Only one there. KRIMZ will get the trade and at least maintain that advantage, but that was worth 2 for sure. Couldn't quite find it. A little bit unfortunate for him. 45 seconds, and G2 trying to stay alive for an overpass. It's going to be a B approach from Fnatic to close things out. Hunter on the other side of the smoke, but his teammate has been dropped. Nexa can do nothing about it. Can he find a double with the FAMAS? Oh, he can. He was so convinced he'd found that headshot. He swings around straight away towards short. That could be enough now. Golden, 3-on-1. Molotov in hand, but surely Hunter will be able to close this one out, or at least stay alive here. He chooses the latter, falls back towards short. Wise move.
Yep, so clean. This is going to be really hard. Oh, smoke goes down, spray through. Golden finds him, but AmaNEk is there to trade it. And that was a great setup from G2. You got to think, oh man, Fnatic, why didn't they check? Obviously, that's the fundamentals, check your corners. Yeah. But at the same time, it's what, a minute into the round already? They're not expecting somebody to still be hanging around mid. They're focused on connector at that point, and that's JaCkz just murdering them. But I like that setup from G2. Everybody's got their angle that they're watching, and they can trade for each other as well. And so it works in the end for G2. They get that 11th round on the board.
Well then, down but not out. G2 can certainly get 4 rounds on their CT side. No mistakes at this point will be allowed. Smoke towards Monster, denies the fast push. And that's what Fnatic will start to triangulate towards. They are going to set up for a B execution by the looks of things here. They've got one player in towards the connector position. That's JW with the AK. He'll be watching for flanks, rotations as his teammates might even just go for a contact play straight in towards B. Catch the timings. They know Hunter's got that FAMAS on the other side, but so is Nexa. That's going to be a very weak part of the map.
Nexa's just waiting for the flash as well. Hunter hoping he's going to be in the right spot at the right time. Looks like they got him. They do. That's such a. It's so hard for the CT to hit that shot before the terrorist is going to spot you. Beautiful flash. Needs the follow up. Not going to get it. flusha's there to trade it, and this is looking like map point and map done for Fnatic.
Yeah, I think you might be right. KRIMZ and JaCkz. Damage has been done, but the smoke down there, a bit of a gap, but might not equate to too much here because still no opportunities coming up for Kenny. They have got kits, but they really are running out of time at this point. Not a single frag found yet, and they're both coming from the same position. Brollan's going to get at least one here. There's the first, probably get the second as well. Great stuff from Fnatic here. KRIMZ just going to be padding stats at this point, I'm afraid. The round is done. 16-11 in favor of the Swedes and their map pick with Dust 2 coming up next. But I really enjoyed this one, Seblan. I'm not sure about you, but that was a great game of season.
Yes, Fnatic are really coming back into their own. They have it all, it seems now. If they can just start refining it, because they've got the fragging power, they've got the aggression, and they also have the mind when it comes to the economy and comes to the strategy. And Golden, he's doing a great job with these veterans on this team. I'm really excited to see more Fnatic play. They look really sharp. G2, I mean, G2 are put